But first, it's that international boxing from Atlantic City in America. And for Britain's Tony Sibson, it was his third fight since he was beaten for the World Middleweight Championship by Marvin Hagler just under a year ago. And things have been going pretty well for Sibson. He'd won his previous 2 comeback fights and now was scheduled to fight for the European title next month. But first, he had this date against the unranked American Don Lee. And our commentator in Atlantic City, it's Reg Gutteridge.
I'm going to put you in the fire. I'm going to stay there. Don't come out because you want to shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
So Tony Sibson came in the ring with a fine mist of sweat on him, really warmed up in the dressing room for this one, becoming very professional. And there's Don Lee, 6'2", and self-named Dangerous Don Lee from Gary, Indiana, and known in the trade as a bit of a banger. So Sibson's got to look out. But he sharpened his punches and wits in Florida. Hopefully learned from the defeat by Hagler, and had 2 good wins since then. At 25, he still has a bit of time on his side, and that's a decent ally in the boxing business. Sibson, very popular in America, scored a sensational 2-rounds win over John Collins in this ring. So he has quite a lot of support. But the difficulty is going to be trying to get himself inside these long arms of Lee, known as a switcher. Means that he switches stance occasionally. His trainer, Don Jacobs, actually wants him to box as a southpaw, but he's come out at the start orthodox, and we'll see if he switches. Dancing round the perimeter there, referee Tony Perez from New York handled one of the Ali and Frazier fights. And certainly Lee can punch a bit. All his victories, 19 of them, have been KOs or TKOs, but he has been beaten in the first round. Sibson then trying to find his way in there. Doesn't like to wait too much for scouting reports in the opening round. Fires from the hip right away. There you go, he gets inside well there, but he's got to counter when he slips inside and not lead with his chin. Oh, left hook's going through. That's how he nailed Collins. And I suppose after Marvin Hagler, nobody's punches can seem that bad again. But this fellow's height must be troublesome, and his reach is longer than some heavyweights. 5'7", Sibson against 6'2½". And it's scheduled for 10 rounds. Oh, what a good shot there. His legs just went a bit. Picking the left hook well, Sibson. 3 judges. Referee doesn't score should it go the distance, but I would have thought that was unlikely, with both known for punching power. And Sibson can put a bit of stick about on his best nights. Oh, what a good shot that was. Is he going to do it early against Sibson? It'll be a mandatory 8 count. That'll knock a little bit of the wind out of the sails, but he could just get over this round, and that'll be nice for him to hear the bell. So that really did Lee a favour. So the replay of that punch then. Slips inside, and it's right at the end. It's not even a short left hook, so that's more shock than pain there. Into the second round, and he switched to southpaw Lee, as I thought he may. I must say that always confuses me. My family were boxing instructors, amateurs and pros, and they always hated switches. They thought it confused them more than the opponents. But I suppose he's a bit desperate now, having taken that knockdown. So Sibson well on top. But he jabs solidly, Lee. He's 23. One of those characters who hangs around the gymnasiums in the States, does a bit of damage. Not well known, because really big name fighters don't fancy going in with him. The best rating I could find in any of the list was number 16. Looking sharp, Sibson now. Just moving the head about, called from the corner to roll the head. This fellow's reach is a bit dangerous, and he's really come back well in the second, trying to take the play away from Sibson. And there's one thing certainly Sibson's learned, having fought the world champion haggler, that it's better to give than receive in this game. And it looks, doesn't it, as though Sibson's really fired himself up for it, even though he's got his girlfriend and young baby staying at the sands here. When Sibson is lazy, he sometimes moves as if he's underwater, but he's not doing that here. He weighed 11 stone 9, 3 pounds over the limit. And Dynamite Lee, 11.7 3/4. I have to be impressed with anybody who gets over a shot like that and comes back and doing his share of punching in the second round, and this American's no mug. What an awkward start he's got. I can imagine Sibson saying, hello, what have I got here? Switch his stance, and it's going to be a job getting inside these broomstick arms. It doesn't seem to be overawed Lee at all. Sibson really got to step up now, the firepower. I always like that remark. Somebody called there, he didn't like that. Well, who would? Any kind of punch coming in from Sibson. Good punches to the body. He's trying to bring the opponent's guard down a bit. Sure, countdown then for the second. And in this game, toughness is not always related to winning.
Move to this gas inside. Move to the gas outside. You this way down. Move to the gas outside. You moving to the gas inside. You see what I mean?
Round 3. Really some crazy corner talk going on there, sort of jive gymnasium stuff, and I just hope that Lee understood his man. So settled down to a really good contest now, and Sibson not impetuous, he's becoming an old pro. He's had 54 fights, remember, and he's won 49 and drawn 1. Only Hagler and Lottie Mawali have had him over. Solid stuff coming in from Sibson. Always seems just a little bit of danger in Lee's punches as well. I think Sibson knows it. He's trying not to be too reckless. You can't hang your chin out in this business. Life really does get tough at the top, because he's still in the top 3 of the world rankings. And, sounds like there's some concern coming from Sibson's cornermen. A little bit hesitant midway through the third. Oh, what a shot that was. The southpaw left hand. Sibson was not only hurt, but shocked and surprised. Mickey Duff and George Francis almost took that punch with him, I think. Wiping the gloves, calling him on. Lee really very composed. What a good class fighter when he's got his man in trouble. What a turn up for Sibson this is. And again, there's no 3-round knockdown in effect here. If one man goes down 3 times in a round, it is not in effect in New Jersey. He looks as though he's pulled himself together okay. He knows what's going on, but he's really got to get himself tucked up behind the gloves and elbows there. Can Lee bring off the first sensation of the new year? Sibson almost rooted to the canvas in the third. He's got plenty of heart. He'll fight his way out of it, but he's having more trouble than he can handle now. And it looks like the third knockdown. It's just as well, but he taps the referee on the back to say, hey, I'm up okay. But he's got to go through the motion of the 8 count there. That's actually done Sibson a favour. And that's one bell he was pleased to hear. Have a look at the replay then, that long hand, and you'll watch this left hand coming over from Lee. Bingo, right on the side of the jaw, and over he went.